hold on. Could you imagine if Leonard Skinner wrote a song about a cage bird?
That actually reminds me of a poem that I once read called Caged Bird by Maya Angelou. It's
Yeah, so tell me about that poem you were talking about, Cage Bird.
Yeah, actually, the writer Maya Angelou actually talks about the birds as being the black people in the civil rights movement, and that's actually a tie to symbolism.
Oh yeah, also in that poem it says his wings were clipped and his feet were tied.
Yeah, correct.
Yeah, I think that's talking about how like the black people were so oppressed that they couldn't do anything in public and they couldn't do anything in society because they just couldn't. They'd always looked down upon. They was on the lowest totem pole.
Right.
Yo, big guy, you dare claim my glasses?
I do claim your glasses, man. Why don't you take a seat? Tell you a little something about this poem that kind of relates to this situation.
Better be good.
So in the poem, it kind of says, "and dares to claim the sky," which kind of relates to Malcolm X and his ideology when he believed that they need to claim the superiority over the white people because they believed they were better. He wanted to go out there and tell everybody that he was superior.
Wait, what else did he say? Did anything sound like just using violence, like beat the white people?
No, not violence just by beating them. He believed that eye for eye. Just like if somebody hit you, you're allowed to hit them back. Violence is only in retributions.
Oh, that makes sense. It's kind of like how it talks about like the free bird thinks of another breeze. It's kind of like Malcolm X thinking about a different time or a different time period, whereas like where the blacks are better and how they look up to him. Is it kind of like what Malcolm X wanted?
I think that's basically what it is.
So like they black people should be on the highest part of the totem pole and whites should look up to them.
Yes, that's exactly what Malcolm X believed.
I actually found another meaning from the poem when Maya says he opens his throat to sing, meaning that the bird opened his throat to get the point across, which also ties back to the black people opening their mouths to profess what they believe in the civil rights movement because they couldn't do anything else but use their voices because white people would retaliate on any physical action that they did to them.
Oh wow, yeah. I also found like a literary device from this poem that kind of had a lot of meaning. It was personification, and it was saying a sighing trees, which basically meant the equality that they were all fighting for so long was going to finally be paid off through that sigh of relief that would finally go through all of them after the equality is finally reached.
That's very interesting.
Wish I had the guts to speak out against that man who stole my sunglasses. Much like how the civil rights movement still set up for what they believed in the face of adversity. Much as when Maya writes, "The caged bird sings with a fearful trill." The black people in the face of adversity, such as in 1963 in the Birmingham protests, when a white police dog was harassing a black man and the white police officer doing nothing about it, the black people still stood up for what they believed.
Maya talks about on the back of the wind it floats downstream, relating back to the black people and how they stood up for what they believed in, like in the Montgomery bus boycott when they stood up for their civil rights.
Space is fat. Kind of like how in that poem the band won't shut about, it says, "Fat worms lie on a dawn bright lawn." That's referencing how if black people reach equality and if they were looked at as equals, everything would be better in life and they would be able to cherish and live their lives fully. I'm so mad at all my band members right now. I can't be mad at all band members, right? Just kind of like how the black people could be mad at everyone that was white during the civil rights movement. Maya writes, "But a bird that stalks down its narrow cage can seldom see through his bars of rage." That's referencing the Freedom Summer Project, where white and black college students and high school students helped the civil rights movement in the South.
Man, I wish James would stop yelling at me to shout more when I sing. That reminds me when Maya says, "His shadow shouts on a nightmare scream," and how that relates back to black people and how they were shouting for help of their segregation and inequality nightmare. James, I got us new shirts for the band.
I got some bad news. I'm breaking up the band.